Hello everyone, this is Joe. Welcome to the second episode of Mindustry. Today we are going to continue our playthrough with Intersect. Let's do a quick pause and look around. We have an enemy base right next to us. Have a few resources around. And we have some sort of field generator down there. Let's look at our tech tree for this map. And this map will be able to make Mechs, which is a third type of unit. Mechs do a good amount of damage and they can go over a lot of terrain, so they're pretty useful. Let's start like usual, get the resources we can with the amount of power we can get. Okay, we're almost there. As you can see in the top, we have just less than 7 minutes to prepare our base. We'll build our silicon, and then we'll be able to start making the mix. Now that we're producing what we need, we'll just need to set up some defense. The enemies will come from there. And then once we have our mechs, we'll explore the map to see if there's other resources and things like that for us to get. Speaking of the mechs, let's look at their stats. So the first unit we're getting is the Merui. Compared to the tank, it does just a little bit less damage, but it can go over terrain. So, an example, it can go over these little walls there. Okay, the mech fabricator takes tungsten. We'll start by stopping this attack here, and afterwards we'll take care of this so we can start getting some of that tungsten. That's one done. We need a bit of power, so we'll take it from here. As long as the force field is here, this area is safe anyway. We might need to refactor a bit. It's gonna be hard to send the beryllium to that turret. Alright, should be defended here. I'm gonna do the tungsten area next. So yeah, this force field, as you can see, we cannot walk through it, but we can build in it. That's why you see me wiggle left and right around the circle. And there we go, tungsten is ready. We'll be able to start building our mech soon. And to build the mechs, it takes some beryllium, and as well as some silicon, like usual. Oh, first attack. Okay, next wave is coming pretty quickly, so need to hurry and start building this. Okay, there we go. Now that the shield generator is down, we can build here, and they might come from the left side, so maybe I'll build some defense. Ah, some precious graphite. Yeah, we'll take a little highway across. I can't be the only one that finds this sound satisfying. It was a little bit iffy earlier, so I'll add a diffuse turret also. Here, now we have a decent amount of graphite, so I'll be able to use it for bullets. Let's check our power. And we're in the positive. Plus 2 per second. Oh, and there's our first mech. You can walk over some mountains that are not too tall. Oh, our defenses are much better now. If you have anything that broke, you can press B and do a large selection. It's gonna rebuild anything that got destroyed. Alright, music's becoming intense. Let's see what we've got over here. And before I forget, let's put a turret here. And a diffuse here. Always easy to add a turret next to a belt that has the right type of material you need. Okay, let's continue looking around. A lot of nothing here. Yeah, I've added our standard defense on this side as well. It's like we're under attack, but I think we've got this under control now. I have a little intruder here. If you see this happening in your games, often it's going to be like a bridge like this that will output at the wrong place. So it gets really tricky sometimes to find where's especially when it looks like this. This is a little bit messy, but they put you here on purpose. You don't have a lot of space. There's some power here. Even if nothing else, we'll take it. We're finally in the positive for our power. Well, we were, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's see what's beyond that wall. Okay, I was a bit greedy, but it's not too bad now we know what there is. Okay, the enemy didn't like our power setup here, but it seems our defense good enough. You see your building like this that has double the resources inside, you can safely add another building. Especially with the power we went to get on the right side. Okay, alright, we have 2 of them now. Looks like another attack. Still under control. This is really too messy here. I'm just gonna delete everything and rebuild it. Alright, let's put the axe to our base and rebuild. Okay. Just need to do the crisscross sections. Okay, we need to bring the beryllium here as well. It's a bit too close. Last thing, we need to send back the silicon. There we go. Alright. Still looks a bit messy, but at least now I know where things are going. This one's too close. You'll see next map why the mech was stuck. It's related to how buildings feeds each other. The turret across ran out of bullets, so we'll just shoot it for free. I'm tired of having to rebuild all the time, so I'll put some defenses on that side. I have enough resources, so I'll build another core to make it simpler to send resources. Okay, I added the diffuse. We should be fine on that side also. Alright, let's go take care of this here. Let's destroy the core. And I guess that's all we needed to capture. I completely forgot about that. I think we had 2 waves left, but really we just had to kill the core. Alright, I'm sure there's someone way better than me at this game that would have done this map in about a third of the time, but I'm not that person, so... Alright, well, we do have to accumulate some of the resources so that we can jump to the next map. I'll just build all of it here. Alright, it should be enough resources to go to the next map. So next map will be Atlas. And this is where we're going to get the unit upgrades. We have arrived in Atlas. Okay, so it says in this map we'll need to use the different type of vehicles that we got. We have our tanks, our ship that flies, and our mech, kind of a hybrid that goes over terrain. And we now have the tank refabricator. And this time I can unlock it without getting completely poor like the previous map. Okay, this is a bit too much. So the electrolyzer will allow us to get gases, which will be used to create our tank upgrades and also make our mining faster. We start with negative power, so let's do our early setup as usual. We're already producing silicon, so we don't need to take care of that. Okay, our beryllium is good. We'll do the same thing for graphite on the side. While we're finishing building this, if you look in the top left, you'll see in this map we have to kill 4 enemy cores. Our tank refabricator requires tungsten, so we'll need to find this after we build our basic units. Alright, I had enough to unlock the electrolyzer. I'll explain it once we build it later. I was considering building a second silicon arc, but it costs way too much power, so we can't afford it yet. I'm gonna do one last thing before I continue building. Just make sure we bring our water to this turret. That water is rotting in there anyway. So our tanks are the most powerful we have as a basic unit at first, so we'll start with this to defend our base. Okay, our first units are being produced. We have a lot of mineral here too. Alright, it's time to move forward. We're gonna reroute our beryllium all the way here so that we have a loop. Oh, here's our first enemies. Our tanks are not the right spot. It's all good, we'll repair after. I'll go pull the next one. Press B and I rebuild. There we go. Good. We should have been a little bit more aggressive with our turret, but that's okay. They don't cost any power anyways. Let's continue exploring. Seems like a decent place to wall up for now. Put our turret here and all this. Make a little fortress. Okay, that should give us enough time if anything attacks this way. Speaking of... a bit more than I was expecting. Let's get the reinforcements. Okay, a little bit of action here. We are not happy that we have our turrets here. It's a good sign. And finally, they're dead. Looks like they're not giving up yet. In fact, yeah, we definitely have enough power now to do a second silicon arc. We need to build so many units, it's not going to be lost. And we have some nice juicy cliff here. There we go, that doubles our production. Let's start using it to make some ships. I didn't even have time to bring the army, that's a good sign. We'll inch forward here as well. Okay, now we can build our defenses here. This is pretty wide. I forgot if they can come from either side, but I'll be safe. Put a turret on each side. Alright, I just brought the excess silicon we had below there so that we don't waste it. Let's finish the loop for the new material for our turrets. Our beryllium is going up super fast, so we don't need to be stringy with the turrets. This one takes graphite, not beryllium. Ugh. I was wondering where our ships were. Alright, there we go. Alright, we really need tungsten now. Oh, speaking of tungsten, there we go. That's where it is. Alright. There we go. They have power, they have water. Should be good. We can start building the fun stuff now. I want to get the diffuse turret here first, so that we can push away the annoying flyers when they come. Speaking of the flying devils. And this is what I'm talking about. Our tank should be able to walk through it since we put the door. There we go. Working as designed. Okay, our defense is starting to look good. We have enough to start our tank refabricator. I didn't do a great job here to leave some space to upgrade. I'm going to show the two different ways you can do the tank upgrades. There's a lot of people who can't figure this out at first because the game doesn't really explain it to you well. So what many people do is that they have a refabricator like this, and then they try to take their tank and click on it. Right now we don't have the resource, but even if you put your tank on it and you have resource, nothing's going to happen. Now let me show you the first way, the easiest one. You can connect the building directly like this, and that's going to work if there's no tanks right there. You can connect it directly like this. Otherwise, you can use the big conveyor belt to link the two buildings. And then we just need to build the electrolyzer so we can send the hydrogen to our tank upgrade building. So that will take water and use some power to create ozone and hydrogen. We need 10 water and the turbine produces 5 each, so we'll create it here. The gas will come from the pink and blue bubbles that you see on the building. What we need in this one is the blue one. To get it out of there, you use the same pipe than water. Alright, our first tank is going for its upgrade. Alright, we have our first big tank. I'm gonna scout with our flyer unit. We need a bit of extra power to finish building. Okay, good, there's power there. So that must be the core we have to kill with the flying unit, yes. I'll make a little thing here. I really want to get that extra power and bring it over there because we're too low. Oh, they're mad. And we'll have one more diffuse here as well. Okay, we should be pretty safe now. One more little quick thing about hydrogen. You can see it will increase the digging speed of plasma bore a lot. I'll show a quick example of this here. As you can see, now we boosted it. It goes much faster than this one. Yeah, let's finish dealing with this first and then we'll go attack the base on the left. That should hold for a while. Right, not that we needed it too much, but I wanted to test to see if you could put the pipes where it mines, and it does, so it seems like a nice setup to do. And more production is never a bad thing anyway. I'll show a nice little pattern if you want to have something a bit more durable and safe. So the reinforced container will hold 80 items, so that means our turret will have 80 more bullets to fire. So it's a lot more resilient of a setup. Assuming most of you know that already, but you never know. Now let's create our mech factory before going to attack. Let's just go with this. I think it's going to be a walk in the park. Nothing can scare up big things right now. down, 3 to go. Alright, there's a bit more trash to throw in the garbage. Alright, let's take the power in case we need it. One more forward base here to the choke point and we should be good. Okay, we got all our flying units, so we should probably go kill that base. By the way, if you want to select all units of one kind, you double click on it. Too many turrets on that side. That's probably the right angle to get this. There's not as much defense. Yeah, we should be fine here. And he won't let it go for free. And there we go. One more down. And finally, let's go to this base. I'm guessing there'll be a little wall to make us use our mech units. I'm wondering if we can go below. Probably not. The goal of the mission was to try all the units, but you never know. I mean, last mission we did skip 2 waves. Oh no, we can go in. Let's bring the army. Shift G, all the army come in. Go, we have one more core. Let's hunt it. Oh, that might be the one we cannot go here. Let's count a bit with our mix. Alright, I'll go regroup my troops and go finish this. I think we sneaked in. Gotta be safe. I'll bring them big ones above. And there we go! Map complete. Do the cleanup as usual. And map cleared. And clean. Alright, let's see what the next map is. So we have Basin. Or we have Split. Let's start with Split. It's more of a tutorial map where we'll learn to teleport our unit around. Alright, I'll do one last map for this video. Let's go. And we have arrived. And we're pretty nice base setup. We're already producing silicon. We have a lot of power. We'll need to bring our tungsten from across here. So here the game's telling us pick up this container and bring it to the box. So we press left bracket. And we're gonna drop it here. And once it's full, it sends it across. It empties, and it's getting sent on the other side. Let's bring that to our core. And once it's full, it's going to chuck it on the other side, empty it, and so on. And this is because if you click on it, you can see the direction it's sending the blocks. This one's sending it here, and those ones are just being unloaded, so they're not pointing anywhere. That's how we would transfer resources with those containers. Next, we want to send unit across. I'm going to show 2 different ways of doing it. Let's first build what the game is asking us. We can put them anywhere we want. Let's make sure it's powered. By the way, in this map, we only have access to mechs. So once we have enough tungsten, we're going to plug this straight there. A bit like the upgrade, the easiest way is just to build the building next to it. Okay, our production is a little bit slow. I'll build a second one. But First, let's accelerate this a little bit with the electrolyzer that we unlocked in the last map. We just need to bring it to our different mining area. And we'll do the same thing here. An easy way to do this is really just to put routers. Oh, that will create an enormous production of graphite. Yeah, the belt is not even fast enough. Unload some of it here. Get more sand. Trying to send it here. Oh, this one's not powered. And hop. We have our first unit across. Let's add one belt like this so it goes a little bit further when it arrives. I'm gonna finish this here. Okay, they both always have 4. I'm gonna move this on purpose. I'm gonna show you the type of things you can do as well. If your payload mass driver is not working, could be multiple reasons. Could be that it's not powered, you didn't click on it correctly. Or if a unit is not loaded already, this is what I'm gonna show last for this. In fact, since we're waiting, I'll show it here. So let's assume you wanted to send a mech from here to here. You would be like, oh, it's simple. Select one, click on this. It doesn't work. And then you might think, oh, I'll just put a conveyor belt. Doesn't work either. So what you need to do, you need to control click on the unit. And now as you can see, I'm controlling our unit here. And with the unit, you control left click. And then that loads it into our teleporter. So if I go here and I control left click on this, up, and it works. We'll wait for just one more, then we'll go. All right. Let's go find the enemy base. And we get the core, and that's it. It's more of a tutorial map than anything, this one. And there we go. Sector complete. Next map, we're going to go to Basin. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed episode 2 of Mindustry. I'll be back next week with a 3rd episode, so we can continue this campaign. Thanks everyone, and as usual, have a great day.